Welcome to part 2 of my Mega Man X playthrough as we head to Flame Mammoth stage next. And we're going to see something interesting in the very beginning of this level. If you go to Flame Mammoth before you defeat Chill Penguin, you would have a fire level, or lava level. But since we beat Chill Penguin, all the lava's frozen and you can actually go across the lava with ease, which will come in handy later. Yes, this game does introduce some level effects if you beat bosses. This is if you beat Chill Penguin, it freezes the level and makes it a little easier. We see this in 2 other levels, and we'll talk about those when we get there. Right now, I am trying to get the arm parts. This jump sucks. And I'm convinced that they did something later on for people who just struggle with this. As you see, I'm struggling pretty mightily here. I finally get it, and I kind of panic a bit. I'm like, oh my god, because if you miss, you have to restart the whole thing. Because those blocks don't reappear. Eventually, I realize to stop holding a direction in this jump, and I get to Dr. Light's castle. This capsule contains a pot, which will increase the capabilities of your X-Buster. You can use it to fire all types of weapons. Yes, this upgrades your arm cannon. This also allows you to charge your special weapons, which is something you can never do in the Mega Man franchise, up until kind of, sort of, Mega Man 11. I don't use the charge shot all that much, but it is useful. But you can stay low here, and you get our next heart capsule. Again, you can't get that with lava there. I'm using Storm Tornado here, although it's a little bit hard to see thanks to rendering issues with it. Boom! It is very useful against these guys, because these guys will laugh at you when they hit you, which I think is a nice touch. But they also respawn real quick if you off-screen them, just like every other Mega Man X game, or Mega Man game. But you come over to the left here, and you have an E-Tank. I don't remember, I think it's the second one that we've gotten. Always useful, you get 4 of them, as I've mentioned before, I think. And yeah, find them. They're very useful. But now we're going to get through the rest of the level. We have found all the power-ups. They're relatively close together. We kind of like that. And now we're going to play through the rest of the level here. Don't get crushed by that. I don't know if it's insta-kill. I don't remember ever being crushed by it, but don't tempt fate would be my suggestion there. This section I took a little recklessly at times. Gotta be careful here. I think that red goo might be insta-kill as well. So be careful of that. And now we head into Flame Mammoth. If you have the boomerang cutter, you could cut off his trunk after a couple shots. It's kind of weird, but otherwise, the Storm Tornado is his weakness. That's why we came here. He ain't hard. I can promise you that. It's really not overly difficult here. And even getting rid of his nose doesn't really make the fight any easier. Only thing his nose does is put some goop on the ground, some oil. If he does do that slam, as you can see, you can get earthquaked and fall, but he's not hard at all. You shouldn't take too many hits from him. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, we defeated Flame Mammoth. Music's really good in this. But you get the Fire Wave, which is a really useful weapon, if I'm being honest with you. I like using that weapon. I think it's a really good one. But next up, now we're going to go kind of back a little bit on order. We're going to go to Spark Mandrill. This is another level that gets changed a bit if you defeat a certain boss. This one, Storm Eagle. Storm Eagle's trip crashes and actually knocks out the electricity, making the level different. Slightly easier and slightly harder because it makes it a little dark too. There's an E-take here in this beginning part that you can only get with the boomerang cutter. That's why I'm not grabbing it. There's no big deal here. Again, use Storm Tornado as your friend here. It's such an overpowered weapon. Use that to your advantage. And I almost died. Those guys can be a little bit of a pain, but we get through that, taking a lot of damage, quite frankly. Music's good. I believe I die here. Alright, it's gonna, boom, use a Charge Tornado there. Gonna use it again. And I died. I got stuck in the water. Those water bubbles will keep in place. Since you beat Storm Eagle, though, and knocked out the power, he cannot do his lightning attack, which makes this mini-boss really easy. I should have died to him anyway, but he is pretty easy. Honestly, you just use your Charge Buster here is the best option. Just shoot away. He ain't hard without the lightning. He can drop something. He drops weapon energy for me. We're moving on to the rest of the stage here. There is a heart tank coming up. Oh, we get dark again. Again, I think charged up Storm Tornado is a good weapon here. Because that's more of a vertical, and you're going to need some vertical. I'm being a bit stubborn with it. But up here, we have our turtle friends, the Storm Tornado wrecks them. They're a bit pain without it. And there's the heart. There's probably an easier way of grabbing this, boomerang cutter, but you can dash jump off the wall to get it. It takes me a few tries here, but I get it relatively quickly. Alright, wait for this guy to move on. Now I'm using the Fire Wave. Again, Fire Wave's pretty strong. Here I'm being just a little dumb, and it's like, oh, I want to use Storm Tornado against the guys, but it does wreck these turtle enemies. They have a lot of health, but the Storm Tornado just destroys them. I love this song. This is one of my favorite music pieces in the entire game. Alright, be careful here. That is a very fortunate weapon drop. Those guys that come across the screen can make it a little bit difficult for you. But we are heading to Spark Mandrill, and he is weak against the shotgun ice. And he is a bitch. A little bitch with this. Man, he is so easy with shotgun ice. If you don't use shotgun ice, I don't know why I didn't shoot there. If you don't use shotgun ice, he could be somewhat difficult, actually. It's a bit of a difficult pattern. He hits hard, but as you can see here, shotgun ice is your friend. Be a little careful, because you actually shoot that a little early like I did there, and it will still hit him, which is nice, but it won't actually freeze him, and then he can get an attack off. Again, he can be a bit difficult, Buster only, if you're not careful, but shouldn't give you too much of a problem. But you get the electric spark from him. Not as useful of a weapon, but not bad, though. Not bad. Next up, we're going to Armored Armadillo. Now we're just going to weakness order, and, well, Armored Armadillo does not like the electric. Ah, another good song here. Again, Mega Man X's music really, really good. These bats, if you need extra lives or some weapon take. You notice that bat a little bit ago? That's a special bat. That's from the original Mega Man series, classic series. It has a very high 1-up drop rate, so if you need 1-ups, and you will in this stage later on, farm him, you can get up to your max really, really quickly. But here we'll do Storm Tornado, but go behind this guy for another E-Tank. So we know where all 4 E-Tanks are. We still need one more. We need to go back to Spark Mandrill stage. To kill this guy, just use Flame Wave. He goes down pretty quickly. Don't get hit by the front. That is instant kill. I like the stage. This is one of my favorite stages, honestly. I think the music fits. It's fast paced. It's a little hectic. It's a good stage. As we get through here, I'm playing a little recklessly here because I know that you get a lot of drops. These bats have a high drop rate just in general, or at least it feels that way. So you really don't have to worry too much. Here is our second minecart of the year. Be careful at the end here. You need to jump on time, or you're gonna fall into the spikes. And I almost fell into the spikes anyway. That could be a little tricky. This guy, again, use your fire whip to kill. You can jump in front of him with a speedrun technique with some good ability. Ain't worth it. But here's your other heart tank. If you don't kill him and he knocks out some of that ground, you cannot get the heart tank. You have to come back. And now our final minecart sequence. And oh, hello lag here. If you're a speedrunner, you know how to reduce the lag and make these guys not appear. But we jump up here and, that energy capsule, that's kind of random. Free health if you need it. Now we go into our friend, Spark Mandrill. Armored Armadillo. What am I doing? He's weak to Spark Mandrill. Alright, and here he goes. With his shield on, he's invincible during the attack, but right here, when you hit him with the spark, he loses his armor, and he becomes vulnerable all the time. Even during his rolling phase, he is vulnerable. He is not vulnerable when he has his armor. Honestly, he's a bit of a bitch with his weakness. Again, I knock him out pretty easily there, without too much trouble. Not too bad, not too bad. And finally we get the rolling shield. Charge is not bad, otherwise it's not a great weapon. It is useful for the final boss though. But that is it for part 2. Join us for part 3, where I get absolutely wrecked in Launch Octopus stage. Join us then.